intends to write an academic article, then one must first read the literature. For example, using one as in reference to any person. Because they're short articles, it's better to keep ourselves out of the essay in terms of specifically mentioning ourselves or our opinions. We are writing our opinions, yes, but we don't want to bring the words I or we into essays. But this is something that's a little bit different with longer academic articles, especially when you're doing your own research. Then, in my opinion, it is acceptable, and I've seen it done, where you can say, in this chapter, I argue that X is directly caused by Y. Because if it's a longer article and it's your research, something very specific to you and your work in a longer article, then that's fine. But in shorter articles, do this. Okay. Let's go ahead and continue here with, if we see this document titled modifiers. So here we have one example of a modifier. And a sentence fragment that actually begins with sentence fragments. So an incomplete sentence. The fragment is incomplete. It's missing either a subject or a predicate. So let's read this example here. Marina, do you want to read it?
Shows no improvement in any of the vital signs.
Yes, and without reading the explanation, just guessing, why do you think this is a fragment? What is missing?
Predicate?
Subject.
No. Subject.
Yeah, the subject or the noun.
Predicate.
Yeah, we have the second, we have the second half of the sentence, but we're missing the first half. So let's correct this. Let's add a subject. Can you give an example? Who or what shows no improvement in any of the vital signs? So this is something medical.
Yes.
Science, yes.
It's medical. Maybe.
Who is someone who comes to the hospital for treatment? Right? Exactly. You could say the patient shows
the patient.
no improvement in any of the vital signs. Good. And then let's do another one here. This is a longer one. Julia? Read this.
The doctors who were using peer-reviewed research articles that contributed to the body of knowledge in their fields, which were obstetrics.
So what's missing here?
I think predicate.
Subject. Yeah, it is. And then so here we have the subject, and then doctors who, So it's qualifying, it's describing the doctors, and again, describing their field. Their field is obstetrics. So let's add a predicate. What did the doctors do? The doctors think of something. Need a verb. Discussed or I always think of doctors discussing a patient. Discussed their research. Something that simple. Okay, so now here's what we're going to do. We are going to give each other sentence fragments. And it can be a very silly sentence fragment. So I will give Larissa a sentence fragment. Larissa will give Marina a sentence fragment. And Marina will give Olya a sentence fragment. And then just to finish it, again, we'll have Olya give Professor Semingson a sentence fragment. So we're going down the list. Someone gives you one, and you also give one. So it can be something very silly. I will write Larissa's in the chat here.
Where we can find our sentence fragment?
We can write them in the chat.
In the chat.
Yeah. I have to think of a good one for you. I'm gonna think of a silly one for you, Larissa.
Thank you.
Sorry, Larissa, but anyway, I wrote yours in the chat. And you can your fragment that you write, for example. So let's everybody write the fragment first that you're giving to someone else. So don't. So first write the fragment that you're giving, and it can be a part of a sentence that is missing the subject, or a part of the sentence that is missing the predicate. And the sentence fragment that I gave to Larissa. Subject or the predicate?
Predicate.
Exactly.
Predicate.
So you can do it any way.
The monkeys is the subject.
Yep. Okay, so now Larissa, write a sentence fragment for Marina.
I'm trying.
Just kind of quickly. It doesn't have to be too complicated. It can be something unusual or serious or funny, however you'd like. And Professor Stevenson, you can write me one if you want.
Oh, okay, I'll try one. Let's see. I put your name in it. We can use our name, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Oh, man. Are there reindeer there?
Yes.
Okay.
Not here in my city, but further up to the north. Here it'd be more like I don't know what I get run over. Let's just take 1 more minute. Just to give, or just giving, sentence fragments to someone else.
I'm amazed how many sentence fragments I see in writing. Not maybe published writing, but everyday writing.
Yeah. It's true. Marina, did you write yours yet for Olya?
Should I type privately or to everyone?
To everyone, please. feel like I should sing the Jeopardy song. Do 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 do.
Writing our final answer.
Do 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 do. Yeah.
What is your final answer?
Marina, did you type yours to everyone? Because I still can't see it. I only see mine for Larissa and Peggy's to me. Sorry, Professor Simonson's to me. Just reading. Relying on... And that one is for Olya from Marina. And Larissa, do you have yours for Marina?
Yes.
Privately.
Private.
Okay. Can you show us?
Yes.
I'm interested to see what we have.
It's simple.
That's okay. Simple is just fine. Good. And now, Olya, you can start working on yours from Marina. You can start fixing, you can start correcting that sentence. Support these languages as state languages. Okay, support these languages as state languages. That's for Marina. Okay, good. And now let's complete the sentence fragments that we were given. And write your complete sentences in the chat for everyone to see, please.
He's going to sleep. The subject is Nathan. Monkey is going to sleep.
Where is that? I can't see it. Something about going to sleep. If it's in the chat, I must have tried it.
Sitting on the trees and eating the bananas, and then he's going to sleep.
Is that one of the market? Yeah, so that's the one that I gave to Larissa, right? So Larissa, did you write that in the chat?
Yes.
Let's see Professor Samingson's complete sentence. So, Larissa, your sentence from me was sitting contently in a tree, eating their bananas. And then did you say went to sleep? About mythology.
Teacher. Maybe, да. Maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. A method.
Yeah, I think you mean methods.
Methods.
Or methodology even.
Methodology.
Yeah, I get those confused, methods and methodology. I get those
Yeah.
confused.
Methods of education.
Okay, so now let's.
They were happy. Monkeys.
So they were happy.
Okay, they were happy. Because they were eating bananas.
Okay, so now let's read our complete sentences. I will start. My sentence fragment was Professor Storm, who lives in the far north of Finland, and then I added, has yet to be run over by a reindeer. So it means I haven't been run over yet by a reindeer. So that was my complete sentence. Larissa, can you say again your whole sentence?
Monkey and my sentence.
Yeah, your whole sentence.
My whole sentence. The governments, the Spanish, Chinese, and the Arabic governments support these languages as the state languages.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but then the sentence that I gave you was
about monkey. The monkeys sitting contentedly in the tree eating their bananas, and they are happy. The monkeys sitting there are happy.
The monkeys blah 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 are happy. Good, Marina, yours?
The linguist relying on experience of teacher writes about methods of education.
Julia?
The student relying on experience of teacher writes about methods of education.
What happened? Why do we have two of the same ones? Marina, what was
I added the student.
Yeah, Marina, what was the sentence that Larissa gave you?
The monkey is going to sleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm confused. Okay, I'm confused. And then Professor Semmington, yours?
Oh, let me scroll. Let's see. No, that was yours.
Yeah.
A student who has missed the class, I think it should be class, asked the instructor if he could make up the work to get an A.
We all did it in full circle. This next part is about using modifiers to add variety to your writing. This is also something that allows you to make your sentences a bit longer and a bit more descriptive. And so after we finish this activity here, you will probably need to use some modifiers to translate this paragraph from Russian into English. So using these strategies, using modifiers helps. And yes, I know it's a little bit difficult, but initial modifiers. So we have a few different types of initial modifiers, but the most important thing to remember is the word initial. An initial, what is a synonym for initial, Julia?
I don't know.
First. So if you think about initial as meaning first, it means a modifier that comes first, comes at the beginning of the sentence. See? So here are our initial modifiers. Initial meaning beginning. First. So I'm underlining them. Can you see them?
Yes.
And then mid-sentence modifiers obviously come in the middle of the sentence. Here we go. Terminal. Does anybody know the term terminal?
Specialize and modification.
Terminal, this here in terminal means the end.
The end.
For example, when I think of terminal, I think of a terminal illness. A terminal illness, it means that if someone is terminally ill, it means they are at the end of their life. So it's sort of a morbid way to think about it, but when I hear terminal, that's what I think. So here we have the modifiers that come at the end. of the sentence. Oh, I see a mistake here. Let me write this here. This last one. Maria went to sleep. Waking. I'm going to actually rewrite number 9. I didn't notice this, but I don't like it. So forget number 9 for a second. And I will write a new one. And then again, we have a combination of modifiers. We have an initial modifier, quickly and quietly. Maria, a young girl, that's a mid-sentence modifier, went to sleep, hoping to please her mom, and that's a terminal modifier. So this is how, for example, we could start with a sentence so simple, like Maria went to sleep. These modifiers allow us to add more information to the sentence, to lengthen the sentence, and it still makes sense. Okay, so number 9, I'm going to write down here, let's see. Maria having awakened to scary dreams, having awakened because of scary dreams, was relieved when it was morning. Does everyone see this? Because you might need to make
off.
Yeah, you might need to make the screen smaller. Right now, my screen is at 76%, and I scrolled down.
Oh, okay, that works.
Yeah, do you all see now?
I went to 85.
Okay, yeah. Good. So, Maria, having awakened because of scary dreams, was relieved when it was morning. And again, we have this as a mid-sentence modifier. Does anybody have any questions about these? So initial, meaning beginning. Mid-sentence, middle. Terminal, meaning end. Combining means obviously combination. So now, let's try this here. We have 3 people here, so let's have Larissa. You are going to take numbers 1, 3, 5. I'm going to write L. 1, 3. Let me move my arrow. 5. Marina, you are going to take 2, 4, 6. And Olia's getting some difficult. What do I want to give you? 7, 8, 9. You can handle it. I have faith in you. So if you have questions, again, initial meaning, I'm going to write this on the screen. Initial, modifier at the beginning of the sentence. Mid-sentence, that's self-explanatory. And terminal, modifier comes at the end of the sentence. And please write your sentences in the chat.
Sorry, page, is it name?
Page, yes. Yep, Page.
Oh, yeah. A girl's name, yeah.
Yep, it's a girl's name. Very beautiful girl's name, actually.
Could we write or
Yes, please write in the chat.
could we write?
Maybe Professor Semmingson and I can try number 10.
Yeah. Oh, okay. The wedding was approaching. Okay. So we're doing initial at the beginning?
Yeah, initial, mid, and terminal. We get to do all three of them.
Okay, okay. Oh, yeah. Approaching. And can we add words like because or
Yeah, that's,
oh
yeah.
okay. Okay. To connect. Okay.
I was trying to, on number 10, I was trying to see if I could make one sentence that had all of them.
Oh, cool. That's a good one.
That's kind of difficult. I started it maybe 3 times, but I think perhaps it works. Okay, I see. Let's see. What do we see from people in here? I see Larissa's first one. Marina's first one. Lilia's first one. Okay, let's take just a couple more minutes. I wrote a few other alternatives or suggestions in the chat for Olia and for Larissa, although they seem to be fine.
Oh, you added a few words.
Yeah, I was trying to, because here, oftentimes with the modifiers, like the exercise here was to use a comma in some way to add some additional information to the sentence. But what Olya did was correct as well. Computer broke not having sustained. Marina, I don't really understand yours. The computer broke.
Не выдержав напряжения, перепадов напряжения.
Falling into disrepair. The computer broke, falling into disrepair. It might not be the exact translation for what you said.
Falling into disrepair. Okay.
Or having fallen into, and this is the other thing, we can always switch them around. Here you have a terminal modifier. So yes, the computer broke, falling into disrepair. And if we were to make it into an initial modifier, it would be having fallen into disrepair, comma, the computer broke. So we could do it either way. So that's great. And let's see, what else did you have? Page listen to music. You had Taylor eat the cookie. You had the computer broke. Lori still had the storm, the horse, and the leaves are falling. I called a friend. The children left. Leaves are falling. The leaves are falling. Well, Larissa, I don't quite understand that one either. The leaves are falling, having lost their living strength.
Сила. Или...
Yeah, having lost their...
Strength.
Yeah.
Living strength.
Leaves are falling. Having lost their... Sounds very poetic.
Having lost. And fallen. Maybe.
Are we almost done? Olya, how are you doing with yours?
I'm doing the 8th now.
Okay. And you can just do the 8th and be done because you had actually quite a few.
Yeah.
And we can all perhaps think of something for number 9 together.
Okay.
So, Larissa, can you tell us your new version for number 1? Oh, beginning in the west.
Beginning in the west, the storm roared across the countryside.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Can anybody else think of any examples?
Which one?
For number 1. So Larissa's was beginning in the west, the storm roared across the countryside. I can think of, although it wasn't forecast, the storm roared across the countryside. Any other ideas?
Storm roared across the countryside, causing great devastation to everyone.
And then Professor Simonson has made it a terminal modifier, but she's, just given us another option for what we could do with the sentence to make it more interesting. Marina, number 2.
Enjoy the melody. 3, listen to music.
Perfect. Or,
Thank you.
I have another one. Tuning out her parents. Page listen to music. To tune someone out is to choose not to hear them. So tuning out her parents, we say teenagers do this. Teenagers tune out their parents. Or ignoring her parents, page listen to music. Any other ideas? No? Okay. Larissa, number 3. Your mic's deleted. maybe she left for a moment. Okay, let's come back to number 3. Marina, number 4.
Taylor incorrigible sweet tooth at the cookie.
Perfect. That's also really good. Taylor. We could add the definite article the. Taylor, comma, the incorrigible sweet tooth, comma, ate a cookie. Wonderful. I like that one a lot. Marisa, come back to us.
Oh, she disappeared.
Let's go to number 7 so we can.
6.
Let's go 7 and then 6. 7 and then 6.
7 was mine. 6 is mine. She goes to press to invite for a birthday party.
Yep. And then the other option, if we wanted to use a comma, would be she called her friend, comma, inviting her to the birthday party. Either way is fine because you're still modifying, you're still adding information. Okay? Now number 6.
The computer broke because of where? Where is not.
Because of what?
Where?
Where?
Okay.
The computer broke because of where? Yeah. What else can we do? The computer broke.
And I couldn't do my homework.
Yeah, the computer broke and I couldn't do my homework. Or the computer broke, comma, causing me to break into tears.
That could happen.
That happens. It seems as though my computers always break when I have something really important to do.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's the worst. And Olga, number 9.
Number 9. Spending time in the garden, the children loved playing football.
Perfect, yeah, sorry. I shouldn't have. Number 8. And we can try to do number 9 together. I will give an example. Try to figure it out quickly. The cat chased the mouse, hoping for an early dinner, although the mouse was much too fast. So there's mine. The mouse gets away. Try to think of something else. Marina, can you try? The cat chased the mouse.
Meet and terminal. Lady, the cat called Fluffy chased the mouse who was finally eaten.
There you go. In mine, the mouse gets away. In an Oreo story, the mouse is history.
Wrote that in there. Good. That's a good one.
Called Fluffy is funny. I like that. Very good. Marina, can you think of one?
About cat and mouse?
Yep. The cat, comma, a very mean creature, chased the mouse, a very tiny creature. I don't know. In my stories, I will always let the mouse live.
You're kind.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
As you laugh evilly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, Marina, we'll let you off the hook for that one. But it looks like Larissa might have been having some technical problems, I think. Okay. Yeah. I know. Marina, you take the first sentence. Just the first sentence.
Since the paradox, the rule following paradox. Since the rule following paradox was opened by Ludwig Wittgenstein for everyone, I think that story discussions is the same.
Well, No, because we would say arguments and discussions. Arguments and discussion.
Arguments and discussion about it. Actual
Are commonplace. Perhaps like they happen often. You would say ever since the rule-following paradox was introduced by Ludwig Wittgenstein, arguments and discussion have followed.
about it isn't necessary. Arguments and discussion.
Well, I think here you could include it. You could say ever since what? Ever since the paradox was introduced by whom? Both arguments and discussions have followed as a result. Like saying that he introduced this paradox, and because of this, we have a lot of new debates. So you can word these however you like. The idea of this exercise is just to try to use these sentence modifiers since these sentences are so long. So Olya, and you don't have to say them immediately. You can think for a minute first, because Olya, your next sentence is very long. Stops here. And Marina, I will write yours. Yours goes from Hey, it's your language, not mine. Oh my goodness, it's the entire last thing.
Yes.
Oh. Well, you start, and then we can all work on it together.
Carly, what do you think about Lacan's Strasty? Is it so metaphoric for scientific article?
Where is it?
Lacan's Strasty.
In the second.
It's a metaphor. It's not impossible in a scientific article in Russian tradition.
Yeah, you can change it however you'd like. Just translate this so that we understand the meaning. So you can, if you think it's better without it, that's fine. I am going to think about this as well. Larissa, are you back?
Oh, excuse me, I lost my internet signal.
That's okay. I figured. Okay.
What are you doing?
You're just in time for some fun translation. We're trying to use sentence modifiers to translate this difficult in that the sentences are so long. So the first one I think we said, ever since Ludwig Wittgenstein introduced the rule-following paradox, controversy and debate surround it. That's what we said for the first one. And that's an initial modifier. Ever since this, Anybody have any ideas about number 2, about the second sentence?
Maybe something like the significant part of discussions that the problem belongs to late interpretation of the rule-following paradox and the radical...
Right? By Paul Kripke?
Yes. And the radical interpretation in particular, which was given by Paul Kripke in 1982.
Yeah. So I think how we could make it even shorter. A large part of the controversy surrounding this problem is due to the radical interpretation of the rule-following paradox in 1982 by Saul-Kripke. Maybe. And let's all try the last sentence. It's extremely long, starting with at the interpretatio and ending with the last word.
I try to translate without this long part of sentence. This interpretation, besides its high-minded,
Ontological significance.
Epistemological role allows to consider the rule-following paradox is a key problem of modern linguistics.
Sure, yeah. And then we could make even additional sentences. Okay, or we could say the onto-epistemological significance of this interpretation.
Significance.
Yeah, sure. I'm not sure. Yeah. So the onto-epistemological significance of this interpretation, we could leave the I'm trying to remember what these are called. I'm drawing a blank, but we can leave these in not parentheses, but in the blocks there, so we can still keep that there. Such as the question of
question of key problems of modern
key problems.
Whereas realism, on the contrary, represents a set of possible research positions. Yeah, and then we can.
It's really difficult.
Allows us to consider the rule-following paradox as a key problem of modern linguistics. And then we could say, maybe because the sentence is so long there, maybe we could say period and start a new sentence. Like,
because skepsis results ставят под сомнение.
Question of validity. Of any
attempt to see language as
or to consider language as a strict algebraic structure.
Строгую, как будет?
Strict. Yeah. Strict algebraic structure. Oh, so difficult. Okay, so let's try this one more time. So we can divide it into at least a couple of sentences. Let's everybody try. Olia, can you try?
This interpretation, besides its
let's say, in addition to the onto-epistemological significance of this interpretation,
In addition to its epistemological significance of this interpretation,
and pertaining to solvent, I don't think that makes any sense to say solvency and solvency. Maybe it'd be best to leave that out. I'm not sure. In this, is it a Peggy? Professor Simonson. I'm totally drawing a blank. No, it's right there.
Sure.
Brackets. Not a bracket, but why can't I think of this? It's not Nilakavuchka, Skolka. What is it? What do you guys call this?
Parentheses. Wait, where are you pointing?
Here.
Abbreviation?
No, but I mean this here.
Oh.
What am I calling it? That's, is it in Russian? Is that, Skolka? I can't think of what it is in English all of a sudden.
Oh, okay. It's not a parentheses. It's a, citation? No.
It's called parentheses.
Yeah, parentheses. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So we could perhaps leave out parentheses. Perhaps. In addition to the epistemological significance of this interpretation pertaining to solvency or insolvency, anti-realism, or even on the other hand, realism, I would end parentheses there. Stop those there. Allows us to. Okay, somebody else continue from there on.
Consider.
Allows one to consider the rule-following paradox.
As the key problem
of
modern linguistics.
And then I would stop there because the sentence is already getting very long. And then, how would you make the second? How would you make another sentence from this, from the remaining?
It's connected.
Yeah, but
connected with skeptic results.
The question.
Validity of any attempt to consider language as structure.
So we could make the next sentence in some way like the rule following paradox is a key problem because of the fact that it is difficult to treat language as a strict algebraic structure or something. Or it is questionable to treat language as a strict algebraic structure, therefore the rule following paradox is a contested issue or something. But I think that you could make one more sentence with this, because otherwise this is like a paragraph in itself. It's like a paragraph long sentence. And so it's a big problem because in English that's a definite no. You definitely don't want to do that. It gets very confusing. So this was what we had intended to finish for last week, and I'm sorry, Professor Simonson, we stole time from you. But we stole time, so now we're going to go back to other important transition words that you can use when writing your essays. Yeah. So I'm going to pass you the post-write, Professor Simonson.
Okay, great. Does that mean when I click on the whiteboard, they can see what I'm clicking on?
Yep.
Okay, great. Okay, good. Hi, everyone. We worked on transition words. We did not do this exercise yet, correct?
Mm-mm.
Okay, let me pull up. Let's see. I don't think I have. I think we posted some links. If not, I'm going to share them right now in the chat window. I'm going to share 3 links. And I don't know if you all print documents or if you work all digitally, but I put those in the chat window, and I think Kostya is posting these to the blog, and we will also email them to you. So these are just even more resources. We want you to get your money's worth in the class. These are just more resources on the different types of transitional devices. I've heard them called transitional phrases, transitional devices, and transitional words. Sometimes it's just adding something like first, and then other times it's an entire phrase. So it helps you to know what is the purpose of your transitional device. Like, are you using sequencing words? What happens if I pull up one of these documents? I mean, if I click on a link, will it pull up?
No.
Share website. Share web content?
Yeah, try that.
Share web content. Okay. Okay, I'm going to try this. See if it works. Okay, what do you see? What happened?
I don't see anything yet.
Okay, let me check one more time. To share, type the URL and select the content. It says web page. Yeah, it's a web page. I might have clicked cancel. Let's see.
Maybe this is it. Is it called here it is. Okay, so you guys, this is,
okay.
it might be, I think I'll delete some of these older tabs of mine.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Okay. Okay, did you see the smart words? That seems like a good website. English language smart words. And so they have them categorized. This is just a resource. I won't read everything, of course. But like if you're, I saw some phrases that would apply to your essay, like agreement, addition, similarity. So when you're adding another reason, you can say, I like in addition, also, again. Some of these we don't use, they're a little bit dated. Like I don't really say by the same token. So I would just use the shorter phrases. So these are good. And then opposition. Some of you wrote opposing to viewpoint, and so these are good. Like in contrast, at the same time, then again, despite. Anyway, these are just more resources. Examples. I think most of us in the essays use examples. And so these are just phrases. You might have the screen open as we do the next activity. Does everyone have this pulled up in some way? This is the second link I posted in the chat window. If you want to open it in your own browser. And the third link, it actually shows a printable version of this. So, like I said, I don't know if you print. Sometimes I print things out and have it next to me as a resource. And so the third one is a printable. Okay, so let's go back, and are we on transition word exercises?
That's what I see.
Okay, good. We'll probably just have time to do this and then kind of wrap up. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, and then maybe we can continue with this.
Yeah,
We'll see if we can get caught up next week, maybe.
Yeah, piggyback. Okay, so it says insert the best alternative. So we've got a couple of transitional devices, but again, just like that chart, these terms have different purposes, so we need to consider what would be the best fit. Polls show Tony Blair is the most popular prime minister of the century. Blank. Even some members of his party are uneasy with his approach. So what if we use the pencil and circle the right one, or put an X over the one that you want? So it looks like it's a contrasting. Yeah. What might be another one? My marker's too thick. What is another contrasting word we could use? opposition. Although this may be true, in contrast, there's however. So those are all good ones. Okay, good. Right? Okay, good, great. And then let me change to the pen. Okay, number 2, there may be slight variations in temperature, but I think it's a contrasting one. What do you all think? So maybe this.
Otherwise?
There may be slight variations in temperature, but I think it's this one. What do you think? But otherwise, they're kind of saying this is going to be the case. So there might be slight variations in temperature. We could turn it around too and say, you know, the temperature will be 26 to 27. However, there may be slight variations in temperature.
Yeah, or although there may be slight variations in temperature, generally, as a rule, 26 to 27 degrees should be expected. So I'd say these two are the safest bets because it's saying, although there's a possibility, usually, right?
Right. I think either one of these. But otherwise fits best. This is sort of an everyday statement. It's not crucial that we know the temperature. And then number 3, the 2 main channel islands, comma, blank. Yeah. What do you think that is? Labeling. Okay, great. I think you could also use this one, maybe.
For example,
this is better, I think. But this isn't as useful in particular. Okay, good. Couple more. It was announced that nurses' working hours will be increased by 25%. Got a new sentence, blank. Even fewer trainee nurses are expected.
As a result?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to think of the type of transition this is. I think it's cause and effect. Causality. Okay, good. As a result, that's great. And then number 5, the Vice Chancellor explained in light of the current financial climate, it would be necessary to peg, I guess that means limit salary levels at their current level for all grades of staff. No one was getting a raise. So, what do we think?
Make sure you all scroll down so you can see it.
Yeah, scroll down. We're on number 6. Wait, I think I accidentally skipped number 5. I don't know how that happened. Okay, we're on 6. The Vice Chancellor, so they're explaining why people aren't getting raises. What do you all think? Nevertheless, another word, similarly. Which would best fit in the blank to introduce the next sentence? Blank, no one was getting a pay raise.
Innovative.
Yeah, good. And I think they're just sort of translating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And then number 5, sales cities have experienced a steady fall. Blank dental records have seen an increase. Yeah, good. Excellent. Okay, great. Got 100.
And there's actually transitions too, but we can continue with that.
Yeah.
We can continue with this next week. So I will write that down where we stopped. Okay. So next week we are going to finish our theme of transitions And it's not just transition words, but transitions as a whole can also be considered bridges between paragraphs, for example. So we're also going to talk about that as transitions as bridges between paragraphs, because that's extremely important in writing. So we will finish with this theme next week, and we will begin talking about audience, how to write for your audience, your audience. And so your homework is for this week, and it's already in the blog. I posted this already in the blog. To write the conclusion of your essay, to proofread your essay for mistakes, to make sure you fixed all of your mistakes, and to post your final essay, your entire essay, to the blog post. And then Professor Svenningsson and I will look over your essays and provide you with some feedback and some grades on it as well. So that's the task, is to finish your essay, write the conclusion, make sure that it all ties it together, so that it all flows well. And also the idea is that to help you finish it and to make sure that your essay flows smoothly is to try to use transition words to make sure that each one of your paragraphs is connected to the other. So that it makes sense. So please do that, and we will grade those, and we can talk about them next week. And I also, next week, wanted to have a debate at the end of class about English as a global language. And I would really love it if Dimitri and Alexander would be here, because Alexander was beginning to argue against English as a global language. So I think he would have some very interesting ideas to add to the debate. So we will do this next week. It's going to be a good full class next week. We have lots of things planned. So I hope we'll see you, and hopefully we'll see the others as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the debate. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. We'll be the chair people of the debate. Okay, great. Thank you guys so much. Do you have questions for either Professor Svenningsson or myself?
No. Thank you very much.
No problem. Hard work. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you. Have a nice day. You too. Take care. See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
And next time is determining your audience.
Yeah, and I'm so sorry we didn't get to everything. Let's finish all this. I want to use all of it. I mean, to me, it seems okay if you get a little bit behind. Maybe we can get caught up. Because I don't think we need to spend that much time talking about audience. So maybe we could begin with finishing the transition exercise, and then do your missing transition exercise, the out of order essay exercise, and then what do I have here? Oh, then I can try to find some pictures, some sort of humorous pictures for a wrong audience. You know, what I'm picturing is like somebody protesting public breastfeeding in a room full of women.
Oh, right. Exactly.
It's, why audience matters. And sample paragraph, identify audience for whom author is writing. Yeah. And I think maybe we could move the writing style types, like instructional, explanatory, persuasive, argumentative. Maybe we could move that to week 7.
Okay. The moves,
because we might have. Well, I'll see. We can always start it if we have time.
Okay, got it.
So, do you want to Do you want to find sample paragraphs where we can identify different articles or different audiences,